Hello, and welcome to a new Let's Play of an old game. This is Anvil Dude, your friendly video game playing host, and Leon, my sister's cat, who I am sitting for a bit, if you can hear that. He may interrupt a little bit, but it shouldn't be too bad. Huh. Yeah, The Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, fantastic game, one that I got into when I was really young. I can remember spending days at a time during my middle school vacations just playing this game down in the basement. I actually originally played it on Xbox, and so computer's always been a little bit strange to me. But load. Okay. But I have played a little bit on computer as well. And so I am going to start up a new game for everyone here. I'll be a little bit quiet for this. Maybe I won't. In the waning years of the Third Era of Tamriel, a prisoner born on a certain day to uncertain parents was sent under guard, without explanation, to Morrowind, ignorant of the role he was to play in that nation's history.
They have taken you from the Imperial City's prison, first by carriage and now by boat, to the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Many fall, but one remains.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up. Stand up. You were dreaming.
Hello, Gieb.
What's your name?
Oh, I haven't even thought of this. I think I'm going to play an Argonian first, because I'm going to try for a very athletic, very fast, speedy type character. So, very Argonian name. See, I already have an Argonian character that I play in Skyrim, that I'm playing as kind of a very speedy, smashy character. But I'm not sure I want to go with smashy for this one. I want to... what? What? Pushes through obstacles. There. It occurs to me. Sorry, Gieb.
I heard them say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure that let's go.
Hold on a second. We have... Yeah, the music is getting just a little bit loud. I mean, it's fantastic music. But... yeah, okay.
Quiet. Here comes the god.
This is where you get off. Come with me. I've played this game so much, and I have this bad habit...
You better do what they say.
Yeah, I suppose so. I have this bad habit of never actually finishing a game of I've never actually finished this game. I have a bad habit of just creating new characters and experimenting with different playstyles, and just... There's so much to do in these sorts of... in Elder Scrolls games. I've never finished one. Like, I've honestly never gotten to the final boss.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as possible.
Well, screw you too, sir. But the closest I've ever come was in Morrowind.
This is where they want you.
This guy's pretty cool.
He'll show you to the census office.
The closest I've ever gotten was in this game, in Morrowind, where I had a character, like, level 70 or something, and I'd gone through most of the main quest line. I'd become Hortator of all the great houses, etc., etc., and so forth. But then I misinterpreted a quest from the Fighters Guild. Or I didn't realize how the legal system of Vardenfell worked. And I killed every one of the Thieves Guild heads in plain daylight, without bothering to hide or sneak, and without paying the fines between hand. And I eventually got such a large fine that all of the guards got a kill on sight for me, and I was unable to get rid of it. And of course I just killed everyone that I could potentially use, that is the Thieves Guild, to not have these fines and this wanted poster over my head. And so I essentially made it so that I could not talk to Imperials and couldn't finish the game. Yeah, that was not a good day.
You finally arrived, but our records don't show from where.
Yeah, meow meow. Like I said, I think, I love Bretons. I have to say, I love Bretons. However, I do, this I think was one of my, this was, I think, one of my first characters. Called her Nuva. She was the one that got to level 70. It was awesome. But I think I'm gonna go with an Argonian. I'm not sure if I want to do female or male. I might do female. And luckily I do not have the Better Bodies mod with the lizard boobs going on. I like this face actually, a lot. I like a lot of this stuff. That's chainmail mesh on the back sort of thing. I like that. See, I like what this stuff looks like. Athletics, illusion, alchemy, medium armor, mysticism, spear, and unarmored. Now, you see 15 athletics? That's why I'm choosing an Argonian, because I want a very fast person. Also, I can breathe water, I'm immune to poison, and resist disease, which is very good. I do, I like this. I like the look of these kind of side horns, the danglies there. So I think I'm actually going to go with this. Just this is actually the default thing, which is kind of fun. I might get the Better Bodies
Great.
mod.
I'm sure you'll fit right in.
Yes, I will.
Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your release.
I might get the Better Bodies mod. I might get some of the texture improvements, stuff like that, for this, because I have modded it a little bit. I've even attempted to make my own mod. It was kind of fun. I tried to make an engineering guild mod. Who knows? Maybe I'll continue and try it again. But yeah, I know my way around the code of the game at least.
Yes, we've been expecting you. You'll have to be recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways we can do this, and the choice is yours.
And of course, this also means that I'm never going to get stuck with a character, because I'll be able to go in and console command a reduction in debt or whatever. Like the first time I played that character that I was talking about, that was on Xbox, so I couldn't modify it in any way. I was just lost. I'm gonna answer the questions, see what he comes up with, but then I'm probably just gonna make my own class.
On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal, his leg trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. What do you do?
Draw your dagger and mercifully end its life with a single
One
thrust.
summer afternoon, your father gives you a choice of chores. What would you rather do?
Gather herbs, catch fish, or work in the forge. I'm going to go with work in the forge, because I have a specific character type that I'm going for here.
Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and
Ooh.
worse, likes to call you it in front of your friends. You ask him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush.
Do Argonians
What
blush?
do you do?
Ooh, this sounds fun. Make up a story that makes your nickname a badge of honor instead of something
There is
humiliating.
a lot of heated discussion at the local tavern over a group of people called telepaths. They've been hired by certain city-state kings.
Huh.
Rumor has it these telepaths read a person's mind and tell their lord whether a follower is telling the truth or not. You believe what?
Now, this is an interesting plot hook that Bethesda hasn't used yet. I don't know, maybe if they're going to set the next one in Somerset Isle, this could be an interesting storyline to follow. I would continue the idea of Skyrim, where the main character has a power that the other characters don't. Could be very fun. I'm not sure how they would implement it, though. Alright, let's see. In these times, necessary evil, although you do not necessarily like the idea, a telepath could have certain advantages during a time of war and finding someone innocent of a crime. This is a terrible practice. A person's thoughts are his own, and no one, not even a king, has the right to make such an invasion into another human's mind. Human? I am no human! Loyal followers of the king have nothing to fear from telepath. It is important to have a method of finding assassins and spies before it is too late. I'm gonna say, like, the kind of noble aspect.
Your mother sends you to the market with a list of goods to buy. After you finish, you find that by mistake the shopkeeper has given you too much money back in exchange for one of the items. What do you do?
Oh, of course return it to the store.
While in a marketplace, you witness a thief cut a purse from a noble. Even as he does so, the noble notices and calls for the city guards. In his haste to get away, the thief drops the purse near you. Surprisingly, no one seems to notice the bag of coins at your feet. What do you do?
I love this. Like, this is the proper, like, questionnaire, pick your class type stuff. This is moral conundrums, gray areas. I love what they did with these. Let's see. Better not to get involved. Pick it up, give it to the guards. Pick it and pocket it. I'm just gonna leave
Your
it.
father sent you on a task which you loathe, cleaning the stables. On the way there, pitchfork in hand, you run into your friend from the homestead near your own. He offers to do it for you. In return for a future favor of his choosing. What do you do?
You know what? I don't like being in debt. However, in this case, I think it would be good to have the back and forth. So I'm going to ask him to help.
Your mother asks you to help fix the stove. While you're working, a very hot pipe slips its moorings and falls towards her. What do you do?
Meow. Cat's being annoying. Anyways, this is a difficult one, because all of them, it's unquestionably you're helping your mother. You know, it's not, oh, are you the evil man who pushes his mother into the way of the pipe? Or, you know, it's not like the clear-cut evil, neutral, good. Like, do you save her? Do you ignore it? Or do you actually actively attempt to harm her with the... No, it's just, you're gonna save her. But how do you save her? Do you save her by putting yourself at risk? Do you save her by putting yourself at risk by... Like, it's interesting, you know? I think I would try to push the hot pipe away.
Town, the baker gives you a sweet roll.
And no, I did not lose it.
To an alley to enjoy, only to be...
Oh wait, no, maybe I did.
...a gang of 3 other kids your age.
Huh.
The leader demands the sweet roll, or else he and his friends will beat you and take it. What do you do?
Oh. This is why the guards in Skyrim talk about people stealing your sweet roll. Now this is vengeful. And see, like, I'd choose run in this one if it was an option, but it isn't. It's all fighting. I think I'm gonna come back with my posse.
Find that you are witness to a very well-dressed man running from the crowd. He screams to you for help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. What do you do?
Now the man could be evil, or this could be a populist uprising, or the man could be good and the town's evil. I'd say just stand aside and allow the man and the mob to pass. Probably best not to get involved. I don't know what's going on. As a healer? Interesting.
Very good. But as it proceeded, you mentioned you were born.
Now you can change these at the end.
And what would that be?
Meow. Meow. Now I'm thinking, again, because of what I'm planning, is I'd probably want the steed. Fortify speed, just be super fast. Warrior is attack, tower is the beggar's nose, the kind of useful little spells. Now these are really useful. Like open 50 points on touch is fantastic early game. Detect Animal, Enchantment, and Key aren't as useful just because of the way that the detect spells work in Morrowind. They use the minimap, and it's not really actually very useful. Hard to use. Sanctuary is handy. It makes it harder for you to get hit. Steed is speed. Shadow, invisibility, again, very good for a sneak thief or a sneaky person. The Serpent is nice because it has this poison spell that you can use, but also damages yourself. It damages you for only 1/3 of what the poison does. Now, ironically, as an Argonian, if this went the other way around, where it was damage, health, 3 points for 30 seconds on touch, and poison, self, 1 point for 30 seconds, then that would be much better, because I'm immune to poison. But it doesn't, so I'm probably not going to go with this one. The Ritual, Turn Undead is fantastic. Mara's Gift is great. Like, this is a very good one if you're being kind of a cleric-y, paladin-like healer. Maybe I'll make a character like that, too. The Mage, Fortify Maximum Magicka, no downsides. The Lover, Fortify Agility. That might actually be nice. And Lover's Kiss, which is a nice defensive spell. 60 seconds paralyzed, damage fatigue. The Lord, Trollkin, and Blood of the North. It's a good, balanced, you know, you're weaker to fire, but you can regenerate, because this is a spell, so it's nice and cheap, and it's easier to cast. Lady has Fortify Personality and Endurance. Those are very useful. Very useful. I might actually go with the Lady, potentially. Atronak is fun, because in this game, you do not regenerate magicka naturally anyways. But this will double your magicka and give you 50 points of spell absorption. So any spell that gets cast, you have a 50-50 chance to absorb that and be able to use it for your own magicka. But you cannot get magicka back any other way. Like, I'm not even sure potions work. At the very least, you can't rest to regain magicka. But I'm not going to be a witch hunter, and that is what I find that the Atronak is best for. Someone who is a physical combatant that primarily is fighting spellcasters. The Apprentice, weakness to magicka, but a good fortification. Kind of like the Mage, but with a downside and an upside. Lady or the Steed? Because the Lady is nice with the personality and the endurance. Personality is important in this game. You want people to like you. The Steed is just plain speed. I think I might just go with speed for this one.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Alright. Now you can see 65 speed, very high, so I'm going to be very fast. However, stuff from medium armor, athletics is 20. And Charioteer, Fortify Speed, Immune to Poison, Resist Common Disease, no powers, Hearth Heal, Shield, Water Walking, Detect Creature, and Water Breathing, which are all beginning spells. I think that I'm going to have a different starter class. I don't necessarily want to be a healer, because I'm going to be a combatant in this one. So, create custom class. This is a class that I like to make. Well, I'm not sure, it's not a class that I make a lot, but I like the idea of it, and that is going to be Enchanter. However, I don't know. You know what? I'm going to call it an Artificer instead. Because Enchanter suggests that you don't use what you make. Specialization will be Magic, however, favorite attributes will be Intelligence and Speed? And endurance, I think. Yeah. Because I already have plenty of speed, so I want more endurance. Major skills. Armor, yes. Enchant, however, is going to be my primary. Medium armor, heavy armor, blunt weapon. Do I want to use armors? I don't know. I'm definitely going to want to use spear as my weapon. Possibly even long blade or something. Block is always useful. Athletics, definitely, I think, a minor skill. I don't want to rise too quickly in rank. That can be an issue. Instead of blunt armor, what other magics could be useful? Alchemy is always useful. Move and defend while wearing durable but flexible armors like chain, scale, bone mold, and orcish. The problem is medium armor isn't as common. And like pretty much like one of the best medium armors until you get to the really high levels is bone mold, and I really don't like bone mold too much. Heavy armor is nice. Iron, steel, silver, dwemer, ebony, daedric. I think I'm going to go with heavy armor. So instead of this, destruction. So kabam, bam bam boom. Enchant, armor, destruction, heavy armor, alchemy. And I'm going to use spear. I'm just going to reorganize these. Spear and athletics. Now do I want block and these? Short blade, marksman, mercantile. Mercantile might be useful, actually. I think I'm going to take mercantile. And instead of axe, go with acrobatics. Could actually be very useful. Very, very useful. I might take that. And it's a rare strength attribute. Now, since I'm planning on using spears, block is essentially useless. So for this one, mysticism is super useful because I'm going to be doing using soul gems. And so, yeah, mysticism. Almost forgot that one even. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make this mysticism a major skill, and then alchemy is the secondary skill. Alright, class description. I know nobody is going to see this, but I want to, I just want to make it a thing, you know? Let's see, an artificer. Self-taught. In the ways of enchantment. And smith, craft. Artificers. Use the items they create to explore the world and gather knowledge and artifacts that they can use to further enhance their craft. That seems like it'll work. An artificer pushes through obstacles, enchant, armor, destruction, heavy armor, mysticism, and then spear. And that's kind of all, you know, movement stuff. Although you know what? Create custom class. Instead of acrobatics, alteration is incredibly useful. Water walking, water breathing, jumping, levitating, these are great things. I'm going to use that. Okay, next. Okay, Argonian, the steed, pushes through obstacles, 40 health, eesh. 60 magicka and 160 fatigue, that's good. That's very good. 65 speed, 40 endurance, 60 intelligence, 35, 30, 35, 30, 40. Interesting. That's high. 15 of that, 20, 25, 30, and 20. You do kind of want one of your major or minor skills to be fairly low, just because that way you can keep on leveling up. Because if you level all of these up to 100, you don't get to level up anymore. It's interesting because of that. So you kind of have to balance things a little bit. I could have taken unarmored instead of heavy armor, but I'm going to be wanting to wear armor because I'm an enchanter, because I'm an artificer. I'm going to be enchanting armor objects, and if you're unarmored, like, you can wear armor. Clothes don't replace armor in this game, so you can wear armor and clothes. But if you're not wearing armor, then there's nothing to use the enchantments from, so it'll help out early on when I don't have anything else. See, Fire Bite, Detect Creature, and Water Breathing. Those are useful. Okay. Stats menu, yay! And right click. See, like that. That messed me up so much when I first played it on computer, because right-clicking, like, when you're on Xbox, you have the controller, and
Take your papers off the table and go see Captain Gravius.
Yeah. Take. Okay. Blah. Since I'm an Argonian, I guess.
Continue through to the next building and talk to Subus Gravius.
And close the door, and anyways, yeah, I completely forget what I was talking about. Oh well. But, as with all great Morrowind Let's Plays, I'm going to start by plundering everything. Torch. No, I'm not the Thief of Light. Similar, but no. Basket. A cup. Take all the cups, and just a single gold piece. Some guar hide, some scuttle. See, I know the first thing on each of these. That's why it's useful to have alchemy. Also, I love how I have shoes, even though I'm not able to wear them. Scuttle and guar hide. Take all. And trauma root. Those are always nice. Hound meat. And racer plumes, and rat meat, and red lichen, and small quama eggs. That's very, very valuable. That's nice. Same with racer plumes, but those are common enough, so. And they're more valuable for their various lichens of other kinds. And the racer plumes are honestly more useful for what you can make with them and trauma root. I think, yeah, I've already looked at both of those. Ah, door! In my face. Actually, I will be right back. Give me one moment.